I recently traveled to the Philippines for vacation, and while there, I got to play a little bit of pickleball. Not as much as I wanted to, but I did get to play. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the pickleball scene in the Philippines from an American's point of view. So when I arrived in Manila, and pretty much the first day I found a place to play. And I played at the Pickle Yard in Paranaque, which is just outside of Manila. It took me about an hour to get there from my hotel, but it was well worth it. The staff and the players were welcoming, and there were some good games to be had. We played for about 2 or 3 hours. I think I was on the courts probably almost, I wouldn't say more than anyone else, but they made sure to make me feel welcome and give me more opportunities to play. The regulars were wonderful. I met one or two of the owners. I can't remember if it was two or just one, but it was a great experience overall. The courts were serviceable, not pro quality like you'd see in a club here in the US, but they were certainly better than, say, playing on a gym indoors on a wooden floor. The one complaint that I have is that there was not a lot of room at the baseline. So you really had to adjust your game, your serve, and play kind of a different style there. Now, as I was traveling about the Philippines, the one thing that I noticed is that for the most part, pickleball courts are in either tourist locations or in locations where there's you call it a middle class. There's not really much of a middle class in the Philippines. You either have money or you don't. And so when you're in these larger cities and touristy destinations, there are pickleball courts, but they're all clubs. I did not find any public pickleball courts like you find here in the US where you could play for free. However, I did see a potential in these smaller towns because a lot of these smaller towns have these open air gymnasiums. Basically, it's a covered basketball court. They don't have wood, they have that rubberized surface. And again, that's not the best surface to play on, but it's a publicly available space. And so the potential to get pickleball into these smaller towns is definitely there. On a basketball court, you can get 3 to 4 pickleball courts depending on the space you have on either end of the basketball courts. And so I think there's a lot of potential there for pickleball in the Philippines. The other thing you'd need is nets in these areas and, of course, paddles for people to use because the average income is very low, and for someone to spend $100 on a paddle would be quite a large expense for them over there. All in all, my experience there playing pickleball, I actually only played at the Pickle Yard. I was hoping to play at another location when we were in Tagaytay, but by the time I found the location and figured out how to get there, it was about an hour drive, and it was going to be so an hour drive there and an hour drive back, and I just didn't want to be out that late the day before I left for coming home. So again, all in all, a great experience in the Philippines. I love playing with the folks at the Pickle Yard. I hope I get an opportunity to do it again sometime, but a lot of potential to get pickleball out into the communities because of these open air gymnasiums. Really, all you got to do is slap some lines down on those basketball courts where I saw kids playing all the time. I saw adults hanging out and playing basketball. That's really all it would take. So hopefully we can get some pickleball evangelists over there to spread the good news of pickleball and get out there and show folks how much of an accessible and wonderful sport it is. Thanks again to the folks at the Pickle Yard for being so welcoming, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.